Today's video is the 1987 horror comedy The Lost Boys, directed by Joel Schumacher. And be sure to stick around until the end of the video where my intern Jerry has created what he claims to be the most viral video ever. I haven't seen it yet. I've been burned by him in the past, but I am choosing to trust him. He seems very excited about this. In fact, he just keeps peering around my office door and then giggling and running away when I turn around. And so now the main appeal of being a vampire would be that you would have the freedom to go anywhere and do whatever you want. Riding a carousel is definitely something that you can do. I mean, I guess if you're the kind of vampire that can telepathically suggest things, then you could manipulate the ride operator into letting you and your friends ride the carousel as much as you want for free. I mean, again, not exactly what I would choose, but they're immortal, so I imagine you probably run out of things to do from time to time. But another perk of being a vampire is that no one will mess with you. You can just move in and out of any situation and just immediately intimidate anyone.
I told you to stay off the boardwalk.
Okay, boys, let's go.
Oh, I forgot. The vampire's only weaknesses are sunlight, wooden stakes to the heart, and their unwavering respect for authority of any kind. And nobody has more authority around here than Vern, the boardwalk security guard. But luckily for the Lost Boys, the Vern's strength is gained from the perception of power he feels by bossing people around. But as soon as crowds disperse, if there is no one for the Vern to yell to stop running on the pier, then the Vern is weakened, and the Lost Boys may strike. We then meet recently divorced Lucy Emerson, who's moving to Santa Carla, California with her sons 14-year-old Sam and 37-year-old Michael. And they're moving to Santa Carla to get a fresh start. And man, the 80s really saw an uptick in single mothers moving to California with their sons to start a new life. It was like the gold rush, but instead of mining for gold, they were trying to pick up the shattered remnants of their lives after their fathers got caught having sex with their secretaries. And they're staying with their grandpa, and he's a bit eccentric.
Dad? Dad?
Looks like he's dead.
No, he's just a deep sleeper.
If he's dead, can we go back to Phoenix?
Playing dead. And from what I heard, doing a damn good job of it, too.
I mean, not really. Your daughter wasn't buying it at all, and now you had to listen to your grandson's complete indifference to your demise? Practical jokes are not good for anybody. And we learned that Santa Carla is the murder capital of the world, and they also lead the nation in missing persons. And now, we know this is a movie about vampires, so we, the audience, know that people are getting killed by vampires every day. Which, if you have a lot of vampires, that's a lot of people dying every single day. And so yes, while Santa Carla does lead the nation in homicides and missing persons, it's also notable for having the highest birth rate in the country. And that is primarily because of this dude. They say that 1 in 200 people are descendants of Genghis Khan, and the other 199 are descended from Sweaty Saxophone Guy, who is played by none other than the British Bulldog himself, Davy Boy Smith. Oh, that's right. I'm not allowed to say the wrong names of people, because after my Passenger 57 video, we received more hate mail in a single week than Distracted Nerd Industries has received in the last 2 years combined. So I am required to tell you that is actually saxophone player Timmy Capello. Of course, now you are no longer thinking about Davy Boy Smith, which renders my next joke about the British Bulldogs and the Junkyard Dog totally meaningless. Lucy then meets the proprietor of the local video store named Max. And I love 80s fashion. They always dressed like they were from the future. Like Max would be right at home in a movie set in the year 2235. You know, it'd be some weird dystopia where Los Angeles is called something like New Angeles. And there's a dangerous new drug that's sweeping the city and it's called like Crave or some shit. And holograms everywhere.
I told you not to come in here anymore.
Oh man, he's as good as dead. Even if they weren't vampires, he'd be in for it. Like if I said that to the pack of roving teens in my town, they would wait outside my store and make fun of my wicker shoes when I came out. But I only wear them because they were my granddad's. It's the only thing I have to remember him by, because they were ironically the only thing that survived the fire. Sam makes his way to the local comic book store and meets the Frog Brothers, Edgar and Allen.
Just scoping your civilian wardrobe.
Pretty cool, huh?
For a fashion victim.
It is 1987. How can you possibly tell who's dressed badly? So apparently Sam's weird 80s sports coat is not as cool as the 80s sports coat that literally everyone else wears. But what Sam apparently lacks in fashion sense, he makes up for in comic book knowledge.
Look, you can't put the Superman number 77s with the 200s. They haven't even discovered red kryptonite yet. And you can't put the number 98 with the 300s. Lori Lamaris hasn't even been introduced.
And you can't put the Alf number 48 anywhere the children can see it because it looks like Alf is a seal. The Frog Brothers then tell Sam that Santa Carla has a vampire problem and that they are vampire hunters. Michael then meets a pack of ne'er-do-wells led by David, and they lead Michael to their lair. I bet it's like some kind of gothic mansion on a sprawling estate that they just keep inheriting from themselves every several decades. Oh, or it's a cave. Okay, seems like that would get drafty. Oh, but that's not an issue because they burn trash for heat. It's not as glamorous and elegant a lifestyle as you would expect. But it is a solid crew though. You've got Marco, Star, Paul, Dwayne, and a Civil War era child apparently named Laddie. And then they give Michael wine to drink, but it's actually David's blood, and they make their way to a rail bridge and hang off the underside of it, and as a train goes by, they all let go and drop into the fog one by one, and Michael can't hang on anymore and he falls, and he wakes up the next morning in his room with very hazy memories of the night before, but now his attitude has changed, and he's kind of a Mike Barnes level of bad boy.
Big day tonight, Grandpa?
Gonna drop by some of my handiwork to the Widow Johnson.
What'd you stuff for her, Mr. Johnson?
Yeah, well, I'll see you two guys later.
It wasn't funny, Mike.
Oh, I guess I don't know enough about their relationship, but Grandpa is very eccentric and easygoing, and so this joke seems completely in line with his personality. Like, Grandpa is clearly gearing up to raw dog the Widow Johnson, so this just seems like playful banter.
Lose the earring, Michael. It's not you. It's definitely not.
What? Sam, you have an earring. I know this is all supposed to signify Mike's downward spiral towards the dark side, but if we didn't just see him drink blood, I would just think he was being pretty normal.
Ain't got no home, no place to roam.
How old is Sam supposed to be? Like, it's Saturday night, and he's taking a bubble bath while his babysitter is downstairs. And meanwhile, Mike begins craving human blood and is contemplating attacking Sam when their dog Nanook attacks Michael. And they both realize that Michael is turning into a vampire. And now, this is why I like werewolves better than vampires, because if someone turns into a werewolf and attacks a family member, fine. They can't help that. They probably won't even have any memory of it. They're just mindless creatures at that point. But like, vampires are still more or less the same person they were before they turned. Like, they can still hold down a job if they want. They'll just get like super hungry. And like, that's it. Oh, I'm gonna murder my little brother because my tummy hurts. Like, fucking grow up. And if you have to feed, then go the Dexter route and only kill bad people. Santa Carla has a huge gang problem. Just clean up the streets. Shake the crime stick, as the kids say. And Sam goes to talk to the Frog Brothers, and we learn that if you kill the head vampire, then all half vampires will return to normal, and Sam thinks that Max is the head vampire. And at dinner, they try the basic vampire tests, like seeing if he has a reflection in the mirror, feeding him garlic, and getting his penis wet, which vampires notoriously hate. You got water on the dingle. And now, I know the Frog Brothers are awesome in this movie, but if you actually knew two brothers like this, you would not want them anywhere near your house. They'd be like so into vampires that all they would talk about, and they'd try to like murder your uncle who's just visiting for the day, all because he's allergic to garlic or something. Like, once you invite them in one time, they always just show up, and they'll ask to sleep over, and you'd be like, oh, I don't know, I'd have to ask my mom. But then your mom shows up right then, and you have to ask her if they can spend the night right in front of the Frog Brothers, and you're trying to signal to your mom that you want her to say no, but she's too busy getting groceries out of the car, so she says, oh, sure. And then cut to midnight, and the Frog Brothers are prank calling people, and you're like, guys, come on, some of them might have caller ID, and they're being really loud, and you're afraid they're going to wake up your parents. Yeah, no. The Frog Brothers, in real life, would be a disaster. Michael then takes him to the Lost Boys' hideout to kill the vampires. And Michael gets Laddie and Star out while Sam and the Frog Brothers find where the vampires are sleeping. And ew, those are what vampire feet look like? God, you live on the beach and you can never wear flip-flops? And they don't even have their own rooms? This can't be the life that you're trying to recruit people into. Like, if I was a vampire, I would at least have a little apartment and a Nintendo. And they don't know which one is the head vampire, so they just need to kill them all. And now there's 4 of them, so you have to be as quick and as quiet as possible. Okay, that's 1 vampire down. You need to hurry before the others wake up. And so they only manage to kill Marco, and they just barely escape the cave.
I'll drive.
I'm sorry, do you even have a license to drive? They fortify the house for the final showdown with the remaining vampires.
No 2 bloodsuckers go out the same way. Some yell and scream. Some explode.
And some liquefy and just really gum up your grandpa's plumbing. David is the only full vampire left, and after a fight, Michael's able to kill him, but Michael and Star haven't returned back to normal, which means the head vampire is still alive. And just then, Lucy and Max arrive back home, and we learn that he is the head vampire, and so he's the head vampire. He's immortal and can do anything. He's probably been alive for hundreds of years, and so should have generational wealth. But instead, he's managing a video store and dating old single moms. And before he can turn Lucy, Grandpa crashes his truck into the wall and a fence post impales Max and kills him.
One thing about living in Santa Carla I never could stomach. All the damn vampires.
You knew this whole time? Oh, you old little shit. And also, yeah, it was great that Grandpa showed up at the last minute, but, yeah, he would have had no idea that any of this would have worked, or where Max was, or that the fence post would have impaled him. So I really think we should have a discussion about taking away his keys, because this was definitely an elder moment. And so now we have reached the viral portion of the video. So my intern, Jerry, noticed that they say the name Michael a lot in this movie, and he wanted to take it upon himself to just edit together all of the instances of them saying Mike or Michael, and I figured, okay, I mean, even Jerry can't fuck this up. So here we go.
Michael.
Michael. Michael.
Michael. Mikey. Michael. Tell me Michael. Michael.
Hey, my followers, it's your boy Jerry. You're probably wondering why I haven't been uploading to the Tram channel. Well, as you can see, my mom's tulip tree got struck by lightning. It's bogus.
Michael.
And the only reason the trampoline was under the tulip tree is because my uncle said I needed to move it so he had space to play bocce ball. And now look, this is bogus.
Mike.
Michael.
And the insurance said it won't cover it because it's not even my house. And my mom said that she has a $500 deductible and that the trampoline isn't even worth that much. It's worth it to me. This is bogus.
Michael.
Michael!
What the hell was that? You know, and I know this is not even the biggest issue with this video, but I'm pretty sure a couple of those times they were saying Marco. And God, I didn't even know Jerry had a trampoline YouTube channel. I don't know.